So yeah, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a picture of Shiva, or a statue of Shiva. In the established lore of the universe, that kind of makes sense. I just don't remember Shiva ever having been depicted or stated in any of the lore I've read as having been what is the word? Restrained. That's the word. By Solheim. Because there was a war. There's no doubt that there was a war between Ifrit and Solheim, and the rest of the Hexathian were like, Ifrit, no? It's like, why are you picking on the little children? Because that's basically what they were in the eyes of the rest of the gods. But I don't recall that was based on Ifrit, or that was based on any problems with Solheim pulling a Niflheim and murdering or capturing one of the Xathian. As I recall, it was just that Solheim was getting uppity. And Ifrit was like, know your place, ants? Okay. But I guess it's possible that in the undocumented lore, which always exists, you know, that there's always undocumented lore for these things that the creator has in their mind somewhere that they don't ever actually say publicly. That Solheim had captured Shiva, and that was part of the problem. Oh, I made it. Good. Wasn't so certain that would happen. Oop. So this is one of the spots where it's actually safe to move Noctis in the cutscene. Safe for me to move Noctis in the cutscene. Honestly, the fact that he can move in cutscenes means that with enough practice and a steady enough hand, it would be safe to move him in any cutscene. I don't have either of those. My hands are fairly unsteady at the best of times, and I'm too lazy to practice. Or more accurately, I will practice a thing, decide whether or not I like to do it, and then just not do it. So like, so for example, actually, moving in cutscenes is a really good example. You have a really good view of Noctis being moved and where he is in relation to the statue as that statue's falling. And it's fairly safe, probably, to move him during that if you know exactly what you're doing. And I tried that a couple of times, and there was once when he just fell completely off and I had to restart the room entire, and I was like, nope, not for me, don't want to do it anymore, thanks. Which is kind of, unfortunately, the tactic that I'm taking with the what I'm going to call the ultra speed skip in the skull room, or the ultra speed, I guess isn't the proper term, but the what is the word? The first cycle skip, that's what we'll call it. Because, sure, I've tried it, and I know it's physically possible to do, and I don't like it, so I'm not sure that I ever want to do it again. Oh, look at that. I have not failed that one in a long time. Come to me, platform. There you go. 1, 2, one a little bit. 3. No, that was way off. Interesting. There we go. See how simple that one is? When I'm not getting completely and totally just in my own head. Oh, perfect timing. I need some kind of smooth, chill music right now. Which is what all of this is supposed to be, but that last track was just a little bit heart-pumping. No, don't run into those spikes, please. Thank you. I probably wait longer than I absolutely need to get there, but it's not like I can get ahead of it, so... Interesting that you have immunity to spikes when you're in the cutscene. So I definitely run him into all of those spikes in the middle of that cutscene. And he doesn't get teleported until the end of the cutscene. One. Nope. It's fine. It's fine. Again, it's notably slower. Because not only do I have to wait for it to come back here, but then once I'm inside of it, I have to wait for it, or once I'm on the other side of it, I guess I should say, I have to wait for it again over here. So I think you only skip like one cycle, honestly. But that's enough to really speed up the room if I were to get that more consistently. It is so nerve-wracking. I don't know that I will care to get it more consistent. That's interesting. I've not missed that one in a while. I don't know that I care to get it more consistently. I think I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm not helped by the fact that sometimes, and by sometimes I mean like right there, my computer just kind of stutters just a touch. And so his hang time in the air is just a little bit more than it should be. I like the artificial album scratching as part of this track. Trying to make it sound like I'm listening off of a vinyl. Which I understand is kind of popular nowadays anyway, but doesn't hurt to compliment artists on things that you think are enjoyable. Okay, probably a good track. I need a little bit more down tempo right now. No, this doesn't count as down tempo. There we go, this is what I want to hear. So this is another spot where if I were to time it correctly, I wouldn't have to wait for another cycle of the monstrosity in the middle. So it's another spot where I should probably work on... bother. I should probably work on figuring out what speed I have to go there to achieve optimum, or the optimum cycle, I guess I should say. just gonna sit here listening to the music for a little bit. It's good music. Get up, get up, get up. Nope, missed it. Okay. Those last few jumps always scare me. Mostly because I'm never quite sure if I'm going to get them or not. It's not far enough around that I won't just fall off completely when I jump down. Over here, trigger the next bit, come back here, stand here. Now we stand here and we wait for this to move. It takes a while. Going well. Going well. This is going to be a great run. Boop. See there, we can... Oh, nope, nope, nope. Nope, there it was. That's exactly what I was talking about. Like, if I try and move in that cutscene, I'm more likely to fall off than to do anything good. So, you know. So I don't move in that cutscene if I can avoid it. Which, I can. I just take my hands off the controls and call it a day. This jump is trickier than you'd think. Because there's not a ton of time between when you can... between when you can land safely and when you can still stay on the platform you're on. There's only a couple of seconds window there before the platform starts to... before you start to fall off the platform. And again, we sit here and wait. Whoa! I almost wonder if there's another quicker way through this room that isn't the boob skip. Because obviously getting that skip would shave some time off. There's no denying that. But also, I just feel like there might be a way that isn't that. Sure. I've never seen that happen before. I've gotten stopped there and thrown off several times. But I've never not just fallen the whole way through there. I don't know what just happened. That's actually quite odd. It's one thing I am going to do at the end of this, regardless of what time I get. Well, I guess not regardless. If I beat the 23 minutes that I put up earlier today, then I'm just going to leave it lie. If, however, that was the better time, which... it probably won't be. I say as I went off the edge of the scaffolding. If, however, that was the better time, then I'm going to go back through the VOD of that, and I'm going to get all the splits manually. There. Don't walk off the edge. Again, that thing I said where sometimes it'll just take more steps than you think. It's like the accelerator on your car more than it is like directional controls for a video game character. It's like, go forward. Now stop going forward. But you'll drift a little bit. So gotta be careful. Oh, let's not fall off. Okay, we're good. Bit of a run. I guess this would actually probably be the right spot to jump. Alright. So I discovered, and going back and reviewing the tapes, that the split I meant for this room is when I hit the next orange button. Which is a ways out still. No wonder. Yeah. I think again... Oh, well, that was odd. I've not done that one recently. Oh, and it took me all the way over here too. Okay, great. That's just perfect. That's just great. So yeah, that hallway, I think as I may have mentioned earlier, is easier, in my opinion, is easier to traverse with keyboard and mouse than it is with controller. Okay. Zircon, I like you, but I need something smoother at the moment. Lower BPM. Schwip. Schwip. Need to keep the heart rate down. The lower heart rate actually means that I'm better at this. Imagine. Okay, fine. Yes. I didn't actually jump there. I'm surprised I made it. That's another one where I daren't move the Noctis, because I don't trust him to not fall off the edge if I do. Okay. Go ahead and come up here, here. Boop. Shoop. Boop. 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 That's one where I probably could move in the cutscene without too much issue. Just take the back step and fall down. Oh, I meant to hit that one a bit ago. That's fine. And I don't count the thing finished until I actually pick up the item. So I do need to go through this VOD as well, and but there it is. Fan-friggin-tastic. Almost sub 20. There were several things that I messed up on, so I think I could get this down to almost 15 pretty easily.